Welcome back to the channel. I found yet another brand from Vanleigh, which is a part of Tiffin, and this is more of like an entry level for them. And some of the stuff I'm seeing in this fifth wheel is what I saw inside the Beacon. Now, price of this thing is kind of high, but look at the price with the RV Super Show that they have here, $63,995, and this is going to be the 355 BHP. So this is going to have a rear bunk. So we're going to walk back here because I want you guys to really see this. So coming into here, I saw a door, and nothing makes me happier to see a half bath, because if you have young kids, they always have to go to the bathroom when you have to go to the bathroom. So now that didn't have to happen. They give that to you right back here, and you actually have a pretty large bunk. You can sleep 2 kids there and 1 up top, and there's a lot of storage cubbies on the side with power, place for a television if you prefer that, and more storage. This is ducted for an AC unit too, so they can be nice and comfortable back here. And typically the rear of the trailer stays a little bit warmer because it's a little bit more space, but because this door, if you had this closed, then yeah, they would pretty much be able to cool this down to as cold as they want it. This does have a lock on it. I would never want my kids have a lock on their door. No locked doors in my house. But check out these chairs. These are the same chairs I saw in the Beacon. So that's what I was saying, is you still see a few things that the higher upscale model has. And fireplace down below with the radio. Nice size television with storage above it. So this is not deep storage or big storage, but above it, pretty decent for books, things like that. Nothing behind the television. And check out your countertop space by the stove over here. And above it, you have a residential size microwave. It is convection. I'm starting to see this more and more. Soft close cabinetry too. That's something else that I saw that the Beacon had. And even they provide a backsplash right there. Nice island. This too was in the Beacon. And more countertop space there. Now, I don't know that they give you power. Yep. Power just below, and a residential refrigerator, and actually opens on this side. Pretty large. I definitely prefer this over gas and electric. Oh, I like how that door opens. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then this kind of, these drawers pull open. Really cool. And then you have some storage on this side. This is basically the pantry. It's actually pretty big. And check out all of this extra storage. Now these are not the same solid drawers that the Beacon had, but they're not bad. They're probably a hair better than what I've seen elsewhere. The sink is good size. Power on both sides of it. You have a breaker right here, and oh wow, oh my goodness, that's a lot of storage below the sink. Wow. And I love the dinette too. Look how they have it set up.
Now, at the time when I did this video, I did not notice that those were drawers that you can pull out from the side of the couch. So you do not have to pull the lower cushion off to get to the storage. They're actually just drawers below the seating.
But yeah, look at all the storage you have in this rig. Oh, they have the Lippert component right there. They still provide the control panel. Some people prefer this still. I understand that. And let's walk on back. There's no place to put shoes right here. They probably could potentially open this up and allow you to slip some shoes down there. Now, there was not an AC for this area, and I kind of see why, because there's no space to put it on the ceiling out here. However, check out this pretty large bathroom. Porcelain toilet. And I mean, this is not my favorite shower, but hey, it works. Large skylight. storage below the sink and power, and that's going to be a breaker too. Not a fan of this, but overall this is still a nice RV for the price point, and that is made by Vanleigh. You're going to get that quality, and I see it in here too. Now walking back out into the hallway, they do provide doors. I prefer to have pocket doors, but I understand they didn't have the space to do that. You do have a entrance for the bathroom inside of here, and that has a pocket door. But check this out. This is top notch. And you do have an AC unit for the bedroom. And if you want to add a washer and dryer, you do have a sliding door that will allow for that. Really cool. On this side, huge closet. Let me turn on some light. There you go. Wow, this is huge. This is almost a walk-in closet. And they do provide lights for this area too. Really nice bedroom. I'm sure you would like to see under here. And there you go. Not deep storage, but enough to maybe put some clothes and things like that under. Let's go ahead and take a look on the outside. So here is the front cap, the Pinecrest, and as I said, this is a division of Tiffin. They do put your auto leveling system on the outside, and as you guys can see, decent sized storage. They don't put the spare tire in here, which is good. Electric jacks up front, and this is most likely going to have a 30-pound propane tank right there. And even though this doesn't have a drop frame, look at how much space you have in this area. You have your inverter for that residential refrigerator, power, and then you have lights inside the basement area. Battery disconnect. And here's one of the power plugs on the exterior of the RV. They're using the solid step, the Lippert, and this is pretty wide. Now, one thing that's really cool is they do give you 6-point auto leveling system. You do have your sewer storage right there. This is going to be a rack and pinion slide, and this is riding on Westlake tires. Look at the capacity on these things. Let's see. They look like a G-rated tire. I doubt it, but believe it or not, this is actually a G-rated tire. 110 psi's, 4,410 pounds of capacity. I don't know how heavy this is, but I don't think this is a heavy fifth wheel. So they're putting Rockstar tire on this thing. They don't upgrade the suspension, however. They do have 2 awnings on this side, and I'm kind of wishing they would have put one right here, although you do have the door to protect you in the rain. I would rather awning do that, but you have an outside sink, plenty of storage, and you can even put some water out here, like from Costco. Put it right up top here. They have some drawers. Love this little cooler. And then check out the back. The roof does slope down, as you guys can see. And they give you an accessory hitch, which typically is about 300 pounds capacity. Chrome accent around the tail lights. And they do prep the rear for a camera. This is also going to be a rack and pinion, and as you guys can see, this is a spare tire right there. And here's one area we're going to dump from. Right there. Believe it or not, this is actually a 6-gallon water heater. It's just the door is misleading, but you may be able to fit a larger one in here pretty easily. This is the back of your furnace. Love where they put the power at, because when you put it on the back, if you do decide to get an accessory rack, it's hard to get this in with that back there. So check out this side. This is your wet bay. I prefer there to be a divider for this, But this is fine. They're giving you a water filtration, which you don't normally see in this price point. Nautilus system. And the valves, I don't see the valves. There's where you dump from right there. But I'm not seeing the valves though. Interesting. They were literally right in my face. Here are the valves. Gray tank, black tank. And I'm pretty sure you probably, I don't know if I showed it, but there is a valve in the back for that rear bathroom. But what I'm more interested in seeing is how heavy this rig is, because this has a really high tire capacity, and I want to see why. So yeah, the gross vehicle weight rating is only 14,995. So they put some really robust tires on this rig. That's a good thing. 7,000 pound axles per, which is fine for this because most of that weight's going to transfer to the truck. And you have an all-in cargo carrying capacity of 2295. So for, you know, basically a 39-foot trailer, they did a pretty good job overbuilding this. I think that's something that you can see from manufacturers like this. They take pride in their brand, and I'm glad they did that. I asked a question in the title of this video: can a half-ton truck pull this fifth wheel? Now I am going to answer that question here, but I want to mention really quickly, I don't think they make the Pinecrest anymore, because I tried to go on the website and I did not see it show up. So they have the Volano, the Beacon, which I have done videos on, and the Ambition, which I believe is their toy hauler. But the Pinecrest doesn't show up, so I guess they just kind of secretly just discontinued this RV. However, I still think it's a good option if you are in the market for a fifth wheel. But one thing you're going to learn when you go to RV dealerships, most RV salespeople are going to show you the dry weights. They're not going to show you the gross fuel weight rating, because obviously that puts most trucks out of the question when it comes down to towing trailers. So that's why I'm doing this video, because I want to show you guys the towing capacity, but really what I want you to really get from this video is the payload capacity, because you're going to far exceed that number way before you ever hit the towing capacity. So let's go ahead and go over one of the trucks that we're going to use for this example.
I did a video at Courtesy Ford in Brobridge. Be sure to ask for Mark. So this was a Ford F-150 Lariat. It had the 3.5 liter EcoBoost, and it does have the max trailering package, which I'm going to show you right now. The max trailering tow package was $19.95. It doesn't show you a full listing, but I will show it to you here in a second. But this truck does have a lot of options. It's had the 502A equipment group, which is pretty much the highest package you can get to get all the options, and the price of it was $70,490. Now this is not a good example of a truck you want to tow with, especially if you're trying to go max towing capacity, and you'll see why in a second. Here's everything that's going to come a part of that max trailer tow package, and it's going to have the 373 electronic locking rear axle, 7-pin wire harness, 36-gallon fuel tank, class 4 receiver hitch, and a few other things. Now here's what the towing capacity is going to be for this truck. It's showing that it's going to have a 19,500 pound gross combined weight rating. So it has two numbers, so number 4 and number 6. So the number 4 is requires max trailer tow package, which it did, and then number 6 says requires heavy duty payload package. So this is the truck that we're looking for, and here is the towing capacity. It's going to be 13.7 because this is for a full drive truck, but if you get 4x2, you get about 300 pounds more towing capacity. I'm on RVUSA.com, and the reason why is because, as I mentioned, Vanleigh does not show the Pinecrest anymore on their website anywhere. So the dry weight, you guys have pretty much seen this, because you take the GWR and subtract from the cargo carrying capacity, payload capacity, it'll give you this number here. And the hitch weight is 2,660 pounds. So that's about 21% of the dry weight. And so we're going to use 22% in this scenario. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, I have all the numbers in for the Ford F-150. And then here are some of the numbers that I got off the door. So the payload on that truck is going to be 1,562. And the gross fuel weight rating is going to be 7,050. So they did raise the gross axle in the rear at 4,150 from 3,800 pounds. The front's going to be 3,600 pounds, just for your records. But here's the problem. When you add in, figure 475 pounds of passengers and then 300 pounds of cargo, including your hitch, things like that, and this number is kind of low, so just keep that in mind. This is all you have left over for payload. So you barely can tow even a travel trailer that's over 9,000 pounds. So let's go ahead and put it in the hitch weight. And this is a dry hitch weight. It's 2,660 pounds. So right before anything else, you're way over on your payload. Now, you might be asking, why would you do a video with an F-150 or something like that with this trailer? It's because I've seen people pull trailers like this with half-ton trucks before. And let's go ahead and max out towing capacity with this truck so you guys can see what the actual hitch weight will be at 13.7. So here it is, maxing out the towing capacity of the truck and multiplying that number by 22%, you get 3,014 pounds of pin weight. So you're just way over. And then look at your gross vehicle weight. And I will say, even a 3/4 ton truck can't pull this trailer without exceeding the gross vehicle weight rating, because they have a 10,000 pound GVWR, but the problem is they don't have a low curb weight. So if you have a 10,000 pound GVWR but your truck weighs 8,000 pounds, that only leaves you with 2,000 pounds of payload capacity. So no surprise there, that truck definitely is not going to work. Obviously that truck has a huge towing capacity, almost 14,000 pounds. So in a lot of cases, most people are just weekend warriors. They're not really looking to full time. So that's kind of why I picked that truck, because you could potentially stay within your towing capacity. So let's go ahead and look at the truck that I would choose. Instead of the Ford F-150, I did choose a Ram 3500. And this does have the Hemi, so it's going to be a gas truck. Now here are the numbers for that particular setup. I did a review on it, so I will put the F-150 and this Ram at the end of this video if you want to watch those and get a better understanding of the numbers and the options on those trucks. But I kept the passengers and cargo the same. However, I did max out the trailer weight and I multiplied it by 22%. So you only have 2 pounds left over, which is so funny. So if you're looking to just be a weekend warrior, this is the perfect setup, because you'll probably never get there. Now, if you're looking to go full-time RV, I probably would just go ahead and recommend just go ahead and get a dually, just because you probably will easily get to this number. But the only thing I'll say is the towing capacity for this truck is a little bit lower than this trailer. However, I would recommend getting the 410 axle with the Hemi V8. That way you can have more than enough towing capacity. It'll be somewhere in this ballpark here. Like, it's a little bit more than this, but I'm just going to do worst case scenario. So it's about 16,000 pounds. So you won't have to worry about, if you did get to the gross vehicle weight rating of your trailer, you would stay within all your numbers.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon.